ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवांसस्तनोभिः व्यसेम देवहितै यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताख्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति न बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम अग्नेनय सुपताराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युजोद्यस्मज्जुहुरानमेनो वो इष्टान्ते नम भुक्तिं विदेम। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम आब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसी जायताम् आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूरैषड्व्याधि महारथो जायताम् दोग्ध्रीन् धेनुर्वोढान् अड्वान् आसु सप्तिः पुरन्धिर्योषा जिष्णो रते स्थः सभेयो युवस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम् निकामे निकामेन पर्जन्यो न वर्षतु फलवत्यो न वोषधयः पच्यन्ताम् योगक्षेमो न कल्पेताम्। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुः स्तोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वो ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु अनिराकरणम् अस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनिरतेषु उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरि ओम नमस्ते।
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. So today, Thursday, we are going with the Taittiriya Samhita, Parayanam and Adhyayanam put together, and we are trying to understand the formulas of the Agnistoma sacrifice, otherwise also known as Soma sacrifice, one of the important major sacrifices which are mentioned in Yajurveda, because Yajurveda has got 12 sacrifices, major, and of course a large number of optional rites. And in the optional rites of Kamyastis, they call it, are also more in the Taittiriya Samhita, in Krishna Yajurveda. And of course, what is Kamyastis? What the Yajna performance itself is a Kama, is a desire. And that desire has levels, requirements, and goals. So, for a number of purposes, the desires are being employed. Because so desire is simply Ichha Purti. Ichha Purti is what is we call it as Ichha Purte Siddhetam. So whatever Ichha is there, that has got to be desired. And Abhishta Phaladayini. Even Amavaru, Ayavaru, they are all fond of granting the Abhishta to all the bhaktas. And not simply Abhishta Dayini, Abhishta Phaladayini. That's what. Because Amavaru is also read about our job. Karma Phale Shojustam Durgam Devi Gum Sharanamaham Prabhajye. So Karma Phaleshu Justa is the Kirti for Durga. Even for Lalita also Abhishta Phala Pradayini. She is also Punya Phala Punya Vivardhini and Punya Labhya. So Punyam and so Papam is not there because she will not talk. There is no mention about the sin, but only we talk about the positivity. That is Veda. That is Stotra. So whatever difficulties are there, that only have got to be, that is, all difficulties are personal. And getting the difficulties solved is impersonal or divine grace. So that is the style that we are going through. So now we are in the Taittiriya Samhita, first Kanda, fifth Prapataka, and third Kandika, and divisions about it. So we have had the discussion, the Brahmana portion, and how the whole show will begin, and and now we are coming to the mantra section of the Taittiriya Samhita in fifth Prapataka, where there is again the scope for Punaradhana mantraha. Adhana is reverence. So we revere the God, the Agni, and all other the gods once again, so that we are able to obtain the purpose for which we start the sacrifice. Because ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಅನುದ್ದೇಶ್ಯ ನಮಂದೋಭಿ ಪ್ರವರ್ತತೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಳಿದಾಸ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. That is, anything that you undertake is tagged with the prayojanam. Supposing if you say one mantra, the mantra has got that vibrational power. Om. That's Brahma. So when once you say Omkara, Brahma, and like that, A, U, Ma, any Akshara, Varnamala Vibhushitaye Namo Namaha. In Narasimha Swami, we have got Akaradi Kshakarantaya Namaha Anta. So Akaradi Kshakaranta is the seat for Paramatma, Ishvara. So the moment you utter A, E, U, etc., it just means that there is the vibrant energy emanating from each utterance of the sound. And that's exactly we have also seen in the Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, which we are now going on. There, the Omkara is divided into three padas and nada. A, O, Ma. So he is explaining how much of knowledge or how much of power is packed in these three letters, and ultimately what is that revealing. So that way, we are now going to have once again a prayer to or reverence to Agni. So Puraradhanam, Uttararadhanam, there is one thing. So there are divisions. Aradhanam is A, Punararadhanam is 2, Uttararadhanam is 3. So we have these three things, Punaha, Punaha, Punaha. So we cannot stop. Something like a doctor telling, if he has given some antibiotic, then some other tablets, he says you stop antibiotic but continue the tablets, or something like that. So here we are having the mantras ultimately talking about the Prithvi, Antariksham, and Jau. So these are the three lokas, three regions in which we are all existent, in which we are all living. So the mantra goes like that. We already, our Satish Garu has already recited, but I will just try to cover the meaning quickly so that we will be able to understand that what this particular Kandika communicates to us. So these are all the characteristics. Lalita, Bhumihi Bhumna Jaurvarina Antariksham Mahitva Upasthe Te Devi Adite Agnim Annadam Annayadyadadhe Ayam Gauhu Prusnihi Akramit Dasananmataram Punaha Pitaram Chaprayan Suvaha Trimshadhamavira-virajati Vakpatangaya Sisriye Pratyasyadyubhihi Asya Pranat Apanati Antascharatirochana Vyakhyam Mahishaha Suvaha Yatva. So these mantras are referring to the Agni Deva and also Surya Bhagavan and the description about them, because this Ayangauhu Prashnaragrami is a repeated mantra also in Aruna Prashna in the Vedas and all that. So this is very popular mantra, Pitaram cha prayan suvaha. Now first one is, what is Bhumi? What is Dyo? What is Antariksham? So these three things are being introduced to Agni, and whenever you are placing Agni either on the earth, he is connected with the other two regions also, and therefore you are taking permission or information, announcement. Yeah, Aditi, I am going to place you upon the earth, and we have chosen you to be so because you are Annada. See, Annadhyaya, Annadhyaya, Adadhe. So, you are one who provide food, you are one for which I am respecting or revering you for the getting the food. Then, and he is Vakpatangaya Sisriye. त्रिंशद्धाम विराजति अस्य प्राणात् अपानति अंतश्चरति रोचना व्यख्यन् महिषोऽसुवः व्यक्त्वा. Anyway, this is the prayer to Agni. I don't know much about to explain word by word. So, Sisriye, we are just worshipping Vakpatangaya Sisriye and Jubhihi Asya Prativaha and Asya Pranad Apanati Antaha Charati Rochana means that the Rochana is the Kanti. Antascharati is a mobile moving all any nook and corner of the body. Antascharati. So Antaratma we call it because Atma, Antaratma. Atma is the body, Antaratma is the Parameswara. So, and because of the presence of the Parameswara inside, we have all the activity or Chaitanyam. So, even in the yoga meditation, the master will say, there is a globe of light constantly present in your body, illuminating any and every part of your body, and you have got to meditate upon that. That's exactly, in other words, called Ardram Jalati. So, Virajati Vakpatangaya Sisriye. Sisriye is the verb. And, Asya Pratidhyubihi Vaha. That's the advantage we have got. Jubi is Kantya or SS or Kirti. So Asya is referring to the Yajamana. When the sacrificer has undertaken the act, then it is necessary that he should be taken care by that. So the Agni in varied form is being requested, is being praised that he is being used in the yajna with for the purpose of begetting lot of benefits and advantage. So we'll just read this 1532, and with this we'll go with it because last time we did it. And now, Hedapa, Om Kruddhaha Parovapa Manyuna Edavatya Sukalpam Sukalpamagne Tattava Punastvaddeepayamasi Yatte Manyuhu Paroptasya Pruthivi Mano Anudadvase Aditya Vishve Taddeva Vasavascha Samabhiran. Samabharan Manojyotirjushataam Ajyam Vichinnam Yajnagum Samimam Dadhatu. बृहस्पतिस्तनुतामिमं नो विश्वे देवाः इहमादयन्ताम् सप्त ते अग्ने समिधः सप्त जिह्वाः सप्त ऋषयः सप्तधाम प्रियाणि सप्तहोत्राः सप्तधात्वा यजन्ति सप्त योनिरापृणस्व घृतेन पुनरूर्जानिवर्तस्व पुनरग्न ईशा आयुषा पुनर्नः पाहि विश्वतः सहरय्यानिवर्तस्व अग्ने अग्ने पवस्वधारया विश्वप्स्या विश्वप्स्निया विश्वतस्परि लेकः सलेकः सुखे सुलेकः ते न आदित्या आज्यं जुषाणा वियन्तु केतः सकेतः सुकेतस्ते तेन आदित्या आज्यं जुषाणा वियन्तु इव स्वागम् अदितिः देवज्योतिः ते न आदित्या आज्यं जुहाणा viyantu. So it's all a kind of dialogue, praise to Agni, and also connected with the Adityas. And so this is the situation. The Agni is given, and moreover, some of these mantras are taken as the mantra employed at the Purnahuti. And whenever we are offering the Purnahuti, we make a prayer to that and we observe that. But here, for example, so whatever that is not congenial and anger and all that negativity, all that should go away. And we are trying to enkindle Uddipayamasi. You are being enkindled for the purpose of our yajna. And so whatever manyu is there, that let that manyu disappear. And so all the devaha, adityaha, visvedevaha, vasavaha, samabharan. So they all meet together and they will bless us in this regard. And moreover, it is said that manaha jyotihi. So what is mind? Mind is the pranashakti actually. See, although when we go to sleep, all our indriyas go to rest, but mind does not go to rest at all. That is, mind is the chaitanyam, and therefore here it is said manaha jyotihi. The mind is the candle of hope. And ajyam vichinnam jushatam. So this jyoti, which is being enkindled, that has to enjoy the flow of ghee unbroken, because the ghee is very important. So vichinnam ajyam jushatam. And also imam yagnam samdadhatu. So let this yajna which I am conducting be successful and hold and support, being supported by you. And again we invoke the other god like Bruhaspati Tanutam Imam No. So let this Brihaspati also protect and give the Yajamana the prosperity is enough. And again, Imam Naha Visve Devaha Madayantam. So ಯಜಮಾನನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪುರೋಹಿತರು ಋತ್ವಿಕ್ಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇವತೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So to say that a Purohit is never egoistic whenever he comes to perform any puja, but rather he is having that ethical generality that automatically Purohitas are being blessed when they go and get the work done. So thereby, you are asking the Paramatma, Brihaspati, Visve Devaha, who whatever are the gods there, they are all important. But is that they have to support and sponsor and bless prosperity to the individual. Therefore, and now after requesting the intervention of other gods and describing metaphorically the mind to be the Jyoti, and you know that Jyoti can be continuously made to life with some kind of supply. And that is Ajyam. Vichinnam Avichinnam Ajyam. And then the next line talks about the Agni. So addressal to Agni. And what is Agni? Again and again you are talking about Agni because the personality, the power, the functions, abilities, and the utility and help, etc. of Agni is very immense. That's why in Rigveda and other Vedas we have got Agni prominently described. Next to Agni is Indra. So Agni is the priest. Indra is the sacrificer. So Indra is the protector of all gods, is the ruler. Agni is the minister. So to say that he is the advisor. Therefore, Agni is Annada and Indra is the one who will urge all people to create. So this way you observe Agnim Annadam, Annadhyaya Adadhe. And in this next last line, Illinda, you have got a description about the Agni. It's a beautiful one. Sorry. हे अग्ने ते सप्त समिधः ते जिह्वाः सप्त ते ऋषयः सप्त ते सप्त धाम ते प्रियाणि धाम सप्त ते होत्राः सप्त and saptadha tvam yajanti sapta yonihi aprunasva ghrutena. Aya Agni, you try to fill up your your house or your box or your tin or whatever it is. So you have not to feel any dearth of water of the ajam. Therefore, yajna ಮಾಡುವಾಗ we have to be very much generous in offering tuppa to the respective gods whenever they call. So tuppake, of course, that not simply pour down tuppa unless it is vasordhara, homa. Otherwise, you have got sruk and sruvas. And also the sruk sruva, that is the sacrificial, they call it a sacrificial ladles. Ladles depends. Sometimes big sacrifices ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರ ಸೈಜು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಲಹರಿ ಹವನ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರುವ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ, and whatever sukshrivas that we are using is okay, chalta hai. But anyway, the quantity that we offer is no matter, because Paramatma has the power to multiply it to the requirement. So what little you offer comes back to you in large quantities. So in Aruna Prashna, we have got the expression, we have said that, so during this summer season, Paramatma, Surya Bhagavan, draws only a little water from the ocean. See, I have seen that particular video where the particular place in the ocean, the water vapors are being drawn up by Aditya, and that particular place, normally we know the whirlwind, whirls in the ocean. They are all going, taking down, they are going circular way, and very dangerous when anybody gets caught. Opposite to that, I understand, I don't know. Opposite to that is the water layers in form in the fume form rising up from to some points of the ocean. He will not draw water from any other place, Surya Bhagavan, and he has also judicious thinking. That's why in Saura Suktam, you observe number of times compliment being given to Surya, vichakshana, vichakshana, vichakshana anta barutte. The vichakshana no compliment is often used for the Surya Bhagavan. So that's why whenever we study Saura Suktam, Mahasauram, the words that are used are addressed to Surya Bhagavan is really very powerful, that we can know that Surya is Agni. Agni Surya Jo Agnir Jyotihi Surya Jyotihi. So in Saundarya Lahari Home or any homam, we always say that Swaha Swaha. So ultimate Agni Jyoti Surya Jyoti Swaha. So Agni, Surya and all these things are manas only. So Vichakshanatvam is some feature in all people, not necessarily divine, also human. So the humans have got the mind. And because of the mind presence, it is a light, lamp. The mind is lamp. So the yogic teachers, yoga abhyasa is that close your eyes and mute your mind, empty your mind, silence your mind. So adadmelene other meditational practices will go ahead, because mind is one. When it becomes steady, it becomes a constantly non-flickering jyoti. In Mahanarayana Upanishad, you got that. This is that ardram jolati jyotihi. So as ardratvam to the jyoti comes up, or the Agni comes up only because of the chaitanyam or prana shakti live in the body. So here, what is the speciality of Agni? Sapta, 7. That's even Ratha Saptami we do it. Why? On Ratha Saptami day, so much celebration we do it. See, for Agni, or Surya becomes Agni Kalpa. He becomes Agni because the diurnal path of Surya will change and he will gallop. Until Makar Sankranti day, he will only just enter into Makaramasam, that is to begin with the Uttarayanam, the move towards the northern direction. And the move towards the northern or Dakshinayanam begins in June. And so now we are in June. So in future, now we are supposed to have completed the summer time. But when the Dakshinayanam begins, but actually in the beginning nobody is powerful. Slowly they will become powerful. So there is a time lag which will bring up maturity, or which will make us lose maturity also. So old people, they lose so many things. They forget instantaneously things. and they will start remembering all their young days. Because it's a nature, nobody can help it. But in case of Agni, it is different. So, avichinnam yagnagum samimam dadhatu ajyam vichinnam. So, this aviccha, that's why we have to constantly keep supplying food. I mean, food is the Agni. Okay. Then what he will do? Devaha ihamadayantam. Vishwe devaha ihamadayantam. So among the gods, we have got three varieties. Devaha, Sarve devaha, and Mahadevaha, and then Vishwe devaha. These are all the classification among the gods. Simply God is. Similarly, even in Taittiriya, even in that Prashnopanishad, there is a question asked by the Rishi, I think fifth question or something, where Manavaha, Manushyaha, and Devaha, and Varishtaha. See, even among gods, Varishta Devata is there. Even among human beings, there is a Varishtaha, Garishtaha, Purushaha, Asti. So, like that, here, O Agni, Te, Samidaha, Sapta. Samit means the kindling sticks ಅಂತ English ಅವರು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Actually, Europeans don't know much about our ritualistic terminology, and they don't know. For example, looking at the Kamandalam, they just translate it as a water vessel. Looking at our the Suk and Suvas, they translated as sacrificial ladle ಅಂತಾರೆ. The ladle is something different. Similarly, looking at the Audharani, they say sacred spoon. But ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪಾಪ, they don't have the furniture coming different to our Indian furniture or wear ಇಲ್ಲ. But still they are trying to understand. When they actually see that particular thing, they become really surprised. I have 100 examples to quote here also. A French lady who never saw a well, pulley, and bucket to draw water from the well out, when she comes to Tirupati first time, and looking, oh, this is the way to draw the water out from that, because there are no wells here as in India, in our place. Therefore, here, Dhama Sapta, there are 7. Dhama is the residential places are that. So Sapta are 7. There are 7 Dhamas are there. Generally, we talk about Char Dham. People ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಚಾರ್ ಧಾಮ್ ಯಾತ್ರಾ ಅಂತ. ಗಂಗೋತ್ರಿ, ಯಮುನೋತ್ರಿ, Badrinath, and Kedarnath. They get tired to cover the distance, to walk the ways and all that. But India or Bharat is known for lot of dhamas. That's why you got a Tirtha Yatra. Anyway, so here, Priyani Dhamani Sapta. There are well-loved 7 things, because wherever you go, there is Agni, there is the weather, there is the Paramatma, and therefore, and we choose to go there. And also Sapta Hotraha, Hotra, Hotra andre invitation, Hota, Hota. Hota is the Rigveda priest, or invocatory mantras also. See, who to invite. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪರಿಚಯ ಏನಂದರೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನ ಪತ್ರಿಕಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹ್ವಾ is ho, this is invitation. Come to our house. So up to house, you are all expected to come ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಆದಿತ್ಯ. So here you have Sapta Hotraha and Saptadhatva Ejanti. I don't know the details. If you go to the commentary, Uvata, Mahithara, Bhattabhaskara, and Sayana, and all these great commentators are there, who also give us the ritualistic prayoga of these formulas. Because all these, we are now sitting in a theory class, trying to understand academically to some extent in a superficial way, but we are not keeping the commentary before us and keep on explaining. But then it will be a big study. That's why my guru, Medavaram Subramanya Shastri, was telling, we don't know, and we are school students going to him learn Sanskrit. So he said, God has provided us 120 years of life, span of life. How you divide this 120 years of life? They say that to learn Rig Veda, it will take 40 years. To learn Yajurveda, it will take 40 years. And to learn Samveda, 40 more years. Finished. Atharveda was not reckoned as the Veda. I mean, a Veda status. Later on, in the tradition came up status for that. Otherwise, Veda Trayi is the name. And even up to the times of Kalidasa, only only three Vedas are there. So in Malavikagnimithram and Adramas in works, he will only refer to Vedatri. Probably even Brahma's time, 6th century AD, and afterwards I think we have got four Vedas. Anyway, so that's a different issue to talk about. How many Vedas are there? If you put the question, then the answer readily given by all people is Ananta vai Vedaha. So Ananta, there are infinite number of knowledge is never confined. It is always spreading and it's always growing as and how you go. So here, Sapta Tva Sapta Yajanti you and Sapta Yonihi. Yoni is a seat. Oh, Agni, I'm not explaining all these things. We have to go to commentary to note down because we should understand Yoni is a seat, the original place, Genesis. So the locations there, Agni could be prominent or prime. That's what Sapta Yonihi. So these are all the wealth and locations and power of Agni. And ನಮ್ಮ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಘೃತೇನ ಆಪೃಣಸ್ವ ಅಯ್ಯ ಅಗ್ನಿ ನೀವು ನಾವು ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಘೃತಮು ಅದರಿಂದ ನೀನು ಮನೋಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಅಗ್ನಿಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಮನೋಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಸೂರ್ಯಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಯೋತಿ. So that's why right in the morning when you get up, when you put on the light, whether it's a oil lamp or electric light or whatever, first of all namaskara you do it when you get down steps or get up the steps or make your first step on the ground. You say Brahma Jyoti Namaskaram. That is say Atmane Namaha, Antaratmane Namaha, and Paranjyotishe Namaha Anta. See, Paranjyotishe Namaha Anta, Jyoti Namaskara. Jyoti is Agni. But that is say Dhamani Sapta locations. But whatever it is, Agni and Ghrutam, they are complementary and Avinabhava Sambandham. That's why Ayurdagne in Mahanyasam and in Rigveda we have got a prayer to Agni. It's an Ashirvada mantra also, where you say Ayurdagne Havisha Jushano Ghruta Pratiko Ghrutamandva Vedi. Papa, ನೀನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ತುಪ್ಪ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದು ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಯ್ಯ ನೀನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಅಗ್ನಿಹೋತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡ್ರಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಉರಿತಾ ಇರುವ ಅಗ್ನಿಯನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಎ ಲೈನ್ ವಿತ್ ಘೀ. He will sincerely follow the line and go up to that point where you want him to be live and active. So ಆ ತರಹ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋನಿಹಿ ಸಪ್ತ ಆಪೃಣಸ್ವ. ಅಯ್ಯ ನಿನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ತುಪ್ಪ ಬೇಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ತಗೊಂಡು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅಗ್ನಿಹೋತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಗ್ನಿ ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, as high is the heaven, so high Agni can grow. So the mantra in ultimate mantra in Agnikarya is Agnaye Nakaya Swaha. So Agni ಎಷ್ಟು ಉದ್ದ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾಕಲೋಕ ತನಕ. ನಾಕಲೋಕ ಇದು ಸ್ವರ್ಗಲೋಕ. ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಹೋಗೋ ಕೆಪ್ಯಾಸಿಟಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾಣೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ಫೈರ್ ಫ್ಲೇಮ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಸಮ್ ಹೈಟ್. as we are seeing, depending upon the Yagnavedi depth, depending upon the Ahuti, Dravya, etc. given, and then you can see live Agni, so Grutena Pranasva. Don't stay there only, but we are making again request to Paramatma, Aya, Punarurja Nivartasva, Punarurja Nivartasva, Punaha Agne, Isha, Ayusha, Punaha Naha, Pahi, Vishwataha. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ವರ್ ಆಲ್ ವಾನರಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ bridge across the ocean to reach Lanka, you know that every brick was embossed with the name of Rama. ರಾಮ 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 ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು ಬರೆದು ನೀರಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ, ಸಮುದ್ರದ ನೀರ ಮೇಲೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋಟಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ರಾಮನು ಹೆಸರಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರುವ ಒಂದು ಇಟಿಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆರ್ ಕಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಮುಳುಗೋಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಟು ಸೇ ದಟ್ ದಿ ನೇಮ್, ದಿ ಪವರ್, and Nala is the engineer for them, architect and engineer among the Vanaras. So actually that Samudra Raja tells Rama and all Vanaras, Aya, I give way to build a bridge up to Lanka, but among you Vanaras there is our engineer, architect, and he has got so many Sahayakas, also architects. So employ that Nala Vanara to become the architect. And so ಅವರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಅನುಗ್ರಹ ತಗೊಂಡು they went on writing down all that. And we also note down that Jambavan is 90 years old, but all the time in Ramayana very active, because Jambavan is born out of the yawning of Brahmadeva ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಎನಿವೆ, ಸೊ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಡ ನಮ್ಗೀಗ. ನಮಗೇನಂದರೆ ಪುನರೂರ್ಜಾ ನಿವರ್ತಸ್ವ ಅಯ ಅಗ್ನಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ ನನಗೇನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಊರ್ಜಾ ಬೇಕು, ಇಶ ಬೇಕು, ಆಯುಹು ಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅಗ್ನಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ಏ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮಿ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಹುತಿ ಟು ಮೇ ಆರ್ ಫುಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ, ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಶುಡ್ ಡೂ. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸ್ವಾಮಿ 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 ಅಂತ ಕರೆದರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳೋ, ಏನು ಬೇಕೋ ನನ್ನಿಂದ, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಗ್ನಿ, ಅಯ್ಯ ನಮ್ಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಯ್ಯ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗ್ಬೇಡ, ತುಪ್ಪ ತಗೊಂಡು. ಸೊ ಊರ್ಜಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಶಾ, ಆಯುಹು, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ 3 important things that we want as long as we breathe our life upon the land. ಸೊ ಭೂಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಅನ್ನ ಸಮೃದ್ಧಿಯಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬೆಳೆ ಅಥವಾ ದಿ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಮಗೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಆಯುಷ, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ದಿ ಆಯುಷ್ ಸೂಕ್ತಂ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ವೆನ್ಸ್ಡೇ. ವಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ 1 or 2 mantras, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಆಯುಹು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಶರೀರಂ ಆದ್ಯಂ ಖಲು ಧರ್ಮ ಸಾಧನಂ. Kalidasa and all people say that as long as we have got body, we can do punyam and papam. When one's body drops down, no punyam, no papam. And whatever punyam, papam we do, that only will come with us. Punya pape dve eva gachantamanu gachanti ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So, ಈ punya papa, and especially in the last question answering, I believe, in the Prashnopanishad, Pippalada Maharshi says, whatever punya karma, whatever papa karma you have done, all that is stationed in the Vayu, Panchavayus. For example, he says, the Udana Vayu will collect all that punyam, and together with the Pranavayu, it will go to Punyaloka and deposit there and mark so and so's punyam. And again, papam, The same also is being conveyed. So ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ನಾವು ಪುಣ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಪಾಪ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಆನಂದವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವ ಅಂತಃಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಆ ಉದಾನ ವಾಯು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವರ್. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಲೋಕಸಾಕ್ಷಿಣೇ ನಮಃ ಅಂತ. ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ದೇವತಾ. ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಹೈಡ್ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಎನಿವೇರ್. ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟೋದಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ದಿ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಓವರ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಅಗ್ನಿ, ಸೂರ್ಯ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಅವರ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ದೇವತಾಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ವಾಚ್ಮನ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ವಿಶ್ವತಃ ನಃ ಪುನಃ ಪಾಹಿ. ಅಯ್ಯ ಅಗ್ನಿ, ಆ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನ್, ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ವಾ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾನವರ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ. ಮೆನ್ ಮೈ ಸೇ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡೋದು, ನಿನ್ನ ಜಾಗರೂಕವಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ಣಯ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋದು ಅಂತ ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅಗ್ನಿ, ಸೂರ್ಯ, ಬೃಹಸ್ಪತಿ ಈ ದೇವತೆಗಳಿಗೆ ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಟಯರ್ಡ್ ಎನಿ ಟೈಮ್, ಆಲ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ATM. Whenever you go, even dead night, you go and press the button, you will get the money out. So that's why it's called all-time money. Similarly, all-time ATG, all-time God, all-time prosperity, all-time ATP. So ATP and the protection, all-time protection is there. So we have got duty doctors in the night, and they will be working all night so that the emergencies can be attended by them. Thereby, there is a medical attention and doctor approach then all 24 hours, because during the night time the diseases and rakshasas both are very powerful. ರೋಗಗಳಿಗೆ ರಾಕ್ಷಸರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿಸ್ಪಾಹಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಸಹರಯ್ಯ ನಿವರ್ತಸ್ವ ಅಗ್ನೇ ಪಿನ್ವಸ್ವ ಧಾರಯ. ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ನಮಗೆ ಊರ್ಜಾ, ದೆನ್ ಅಗ್ನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಶಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಯುಸ್ಸು, ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಓ ಅಗ್ನಿ, ರಯ್ಯಾ ಸಹ ನಿವರ್ತಸ್ವ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಅಸ್ ಟು ವಿತ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ವೆಲ್ತ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಸೇ. ಗಣಾನಾಂ ತ್ವಾ ಗಣಪತಿಗುಂ ಹವಾಮಹೇ ಕವಿಂ ಕವೀನಾಮವಸ್ತ್ರಮಸ್ತಮಂ ಜ್ಯೇಷ್ಠರಾಜಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣಾನ್ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣಸ್ಪತ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆನ ಶೃಣ್ವನ್ ಊತಿಭಿ ಸೀದ ಸಾಧನಂ. ಆ ಊತಿಭಿ ಸೀದ ಅಂದರೆ ರಯ್ಯ ನಿವರ್ತಸ್ವ ಅಂತ. ಗಣಪತಿ ಬರುವಾಗ ಕೈ ತುಂಬ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಅವೇ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ದೇವತೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಗಣಪತಿ ಮಾತ್ರ he will sit down there, heavy weight. That's why we ask him that ಶೃಣ್ವನ್. ಶೃಣ್ವನ್. ನಾವು ಗಣಪತಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನದಿಂದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಉದ್ವಾಸನ ಆಗೋ ತನಕ ಆ ಗಣಪತಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾನೇ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಗಣಪತಿ ಈಸ್ a constant supporter and watch to all our things. Therefore, ನಾವು ಕಲಶಾರಾಧನಂ, ದೆನ್ ಗಣಪತಿ ಆರಾಧನ. ಇವಾಗ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ದೇವತಾ ಅರ್ಚನಾ. ಕಲಶ ಆರಾಧನಾ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಆ ತಂಬಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಪೂಜಾ ಅಲ್ಲ. ತಂಬಿಗೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ನೀರು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಕ ಲ ಶ. ಕ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಲ ಈಸ್ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್, ಶ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಂಟೈನರ್. ಸೊ ಕಲಶ ಪೂಜಾ ಅಂಕರಿಷ್ಯೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಜಾ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ka, for the water. And that water can be stationed in a vessel. So vessel also takes two. And also Sa is the collectivity that has been done. Ade, if you want to heat anything, the patra also becomes hot. Not only the contents of the vessel. So that is the nature, physics. So the physics people will tell us that you are not interested in to heat the vessel. Merely you can't heat the vessel. Otherwise vessel will be burnt. but you have to heat the contents of it. Like that, Kalasha Puja, here also, Saharaya Nivartasva Agne. And now ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಧಾರಯ ಪಿನ್ವಸ್ವ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಗ್ನಿಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ತುಪ್ಪದ ದಾರದಿಂದ ಪ್ಲೆಂಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ, ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ನಮ್ ಕೂಡ ರಿಚಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ವಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇನ್ ನಮಕಂ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಮಘವಂತಹ ಸ್ಯಾಮ, all rich people must be made more richer so that they will be more useful for the unrich, not non-rich people giving employment. So ಮಘವಂತ ಸ್ಪೃಹಸ್ವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ರುದ್ರ, ಅಗ್ನಿ, ಸೂರ್ಯ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ದಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ manifestations in them is varied, but they're all working. ಅದರಿಂದ ಪಿನ್ವಸ್ವಧಾರಯ, and also ವಿಶ್ವಪ್ಸ್ನಿಯ ವಿಶ್ವತಸ್ಪರಿ ಧಾರಯ ಪಿನ್ವಸ್ವ. ಪಿನ್ವಸ್ವ also means accept. You accept through your mouth. See, you have got this, I think, ವಿಶ್ವಪ್ಸ್ನಿಯ ವಿಶ್ವತಸ್ಪರಿ ಧಾರಯ ಪಿನ್ವಸ್ವ. ಸೊ ಅಗ್ನಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಬರೋ ತನಕ ನೀವು ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಗಿವ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ನೋನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಲ್ಪ ತೃಪ್ತಿ. ನಾವೊಂದು ಬನಾನ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಬನಾನಾಸ್ ನಮಗಿದ್ದೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಗಿವ್ will come back to you in multiples. What little water Surya Bhagavan takes in midsummer from the ocean upwards, that will be converted, that will be multiplied, and throughout the rainy season and beyond, Surya Bhagavan is giving. That's why in Aruna Prashna, whatever water is available in the on land and elsewhere, all water apsu Surye pratisthitaha. ಸೂರ್ಯನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರೆಲ್ಲ ಸೂರ್ಯನಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ. Because Surya Bhagavan has got all the water, he is the water child, he is Agni. Even Agni also is there. ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಅಗ್ನಿಗಳಿದೆಯೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಬೊಡ್ಡುಪಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಘವ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಎ ಗ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅರುಣಕೇತುಕ ಅಗ್ನಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಮಗ್ನಿಂ ಚಿನ್ವಾನಃ ನಾಚಿಕೇತಮಗ್ನಿಂ ಚಿನ್ವಾನಃ. ನಾವು ಹೋಮ ಮಾಡೋ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯಲಹರಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಸುಷ್ಟಕೃತ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸುಷ್ಟಕೃತ್ ಆಹುತಿ ಅಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪಾಯಸ ತುಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸುಷ್ಟಕೃತ್ ಮಂತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಗ್ನೇ ಸುಷ್ಟಕೃತೇ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ತರಹ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ multiplied and larger in huge quantities. That's comes. That's why Agni ke Guda obliged, because he will not go away like an ungrateful fellow. ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪೂಜಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪವಾಗಲಿ ಅಲ್ಪವಾಗಲಿ ಅನಂತವಾಗಲಿ, ನೋ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್, ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ವಾಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆಫರಿಂಗ್. ಅದೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಪತ್ರಂ ಪುಷ್ಪಂ ಫಲಂ ತೋಯಂ ಅಂತ. ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲವರು, ಒಂದು ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ and one leaf, if you offer to me taking my name, well, I am completely happy, I am trupti. So idella nodta idre chenagirutte alva. So I think I can stop here. So you must understand that our Yajurveda is having scope for plenitude of cultural wealth and educational way, and at the same time to improve our character and conduct. I stop here. Om Swasti. Sahana Bhavatu. Heri.
Yes, Gurule.
Sahana
Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Satcharanaravinda. Yes,
Sarvam Sri Krishna
Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Shri Veda Purusha
Aasirvadostu.
ॐ
सर्वं श्री
तत्सत् सर्वं
मातृचरणारविन्दार्पणमस्तु
श्रीमातृचरणारविन्दार्पणमस्तु
ॐ
ॐ
तत्सतु
तत्सत्